Hey guys, what's up? This is Fur Alpha, and I figured I'd do something a little different today. Do a little video of kind of a hobbies video slash man cave tour. Just figured I'd run through a few of my collections up in the comic book room I have here up top here. Got Deadpool versus Old Man Logan. I was really impressed with that book. I think it should get better as it keeps going. Then after that, it really wasn't originally up there. I just kind of sat it there. It's kind of covering up my New Mutant stuff with Cloak and Dagger and Legion. First appearance of Legion. And on down New Mutants 1, New Mutants 87, Alpha Flight 51, the first Jim Lee. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. First Jim Lee. X Factor issue 1 and 6. Haven't completed the X Factor run. Missing quite a few issues. Not a big deal. I was kind of into them whenever I was a kid, but kind of faded as I got older, trying to catch back up what I didn't have. And here we got a little bit of Wonder Woman, Savage Dragon, first issue of Spider-Man Deadpool 6th printing. I like the cover. Had the signature and everything. Rebirth stuff. Iron Spider, Amazing Spider-Man 15. On over. Got Futures End, The Flash. I forgot what first appearance that is in that. Somebody could put in the comments to let people know. Just drawing a blank there all of a sudden. More Rebirth stuff. This cage opens up here too. Rebirth. Then we got the trade paperback, Uncanny X-Men, the Dark Phoenix saga. Just started reading this yesterday a little bit, off and on. Really good. I would definitely pick up those trade paperbacks if you can on any of the older X-Men stuff that Chris Claremont did. It's really good. I've enjoyed it. I do have a very large run at Uncanny X-Men, but I got that for free, so I don't have to go digging them out. So win-win. Nightwing New Order. Really love these books. Dark Knight. And on down low here we got some just randoms. A lot of these are all for sale. Double copies I have. Full Flash run. I can't remember what these are here. First Black Flash appearance or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And down here, cool little cabinet. Got the New Mutants run, missing. Issue 98, obviously. 80s Wonder Woman run, 1 through 50. And we just got some randoms here. Justice League, Crisis, the Heroes Return. This is the only Heroes Return run that I have from early 2000. The Mighty Thor. Fantastic Four, Miller work that he did with Fantastic Four, really like it. Then we got X-Men and Star Trek. Then the original Star Trek and X-Men, really cool books. Spider-Man, can't really see that, I kind of messed it up there for you. But just a little deal to kind of display some of the books I got. I got this thing really cheap, and it's really big. It's one of those hand-me-down stores. I think I got it for like $5. No joke. Then up top here, we got some other ones I put out. Incredible Hulk 182. Obviously, I can't get 181 because I can't afford it. Guardians of the Galaxy. Return of Yondu. And I got Yondu up here. New Warriors. Death of Wolverine. I love this cover. Yes. The GameStop cover. Got Uncanny X-Men Days of Future Past. A few Batman. This one right here is one of my favorite Batman issues from when I was a kid. Annual 2001. Got that in 91. I remember going to the grocery store and getting it off the newsstand. Pretty cool. Still have it. And then up top, all my Superman stuff that I'm not taking out of the box. Full runs. Random Detective Comics, Batman. Down low, more long, short and long. The long box down there, which I'm not going to get into, is a lot of Uncanny X-Men from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then we got Peter Parker, Amazing Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know if anybody else does this kind of crazy writing of just watching videos of other people and what they have and writing them down. Future wants, prices I want to spend, ideas, more books that I probably won't ever be able to have all of. Some of them are speculations, and some of them are just ones I want to put in to complete. So anyways, I appreciate all the videos. I think that was Fred Hall Direct Edition. They gave me a shout out. I really appreciate it. There's some other guys that I wish I could remember off the top of my head where I watch their videos and get ideas. I do appreciate y'all posting them up. These are some of the ones I had framed myself. I don't send them off for CG, for whatever, blah, blah, blah. If I had the money, I probably would for some of them. And then on down here, the bottom row is mainly just Superman, Supergirl stuff. I mean, I like Superman a lot, but I'm not as big of a Superman fan as people think I am. I'm pretty much a fan of just about anything comic book wise. But Supergirl's definitely one of my favorites. Superwoman. This book is actually pretty good. I'm the only one I have of it. One of these days I'll try to start picking up the other issues. Action Comics 9. Earth 2 books I really enjoy. This is the only one I have of the Earth 2 Society. It's pretty cool. I'll try to pick up more of those. New Superman was actually pretty good. Surprisingly enjoyable. I would pick these up. And over here we have some trade paperbacks. Jupiter's Circle, Jupiter's Legacy, all new X-Men, X-Men First Class. Got some Batman, Spider-Man. This is actually pretty cool that I got, and it's pretty cheap. It's all the Birth of Venom. Just everything that has to do with Venom. Like all the books that kind of connect together, basically. A few just random stuff. And up top, we got pictures, of course. And a lot of Stephen King books, Anne Rice, a little bit of Star Wars. A few more books, Motivating Employees. Don't have to deal with that anymore. Bruce Campbell, The Campbell Way, Make Love. Really good book. Tough Shit, Kevin Smith. I haven't got to read. My girl started reading some of that. The Rock Says, good book. Jackie Chan. I started reading this. And it was interesting. He's a very interesting guy. But you know how it goes. Sometimes you just like start something and you don't finish it. Feel like you don't have time. I feel like I have more time now. That's why I've really been more into comic book collecting, because I've had time. More Bruce Campbell. I'm a huge Bruce Campbell fan. Ozzy, I haven't got to read that one yet, but it's on the shelf. At least I know. How to Brew Beer, and just some other random books. You have to have Manning in your collection. And then we're downstairs in the man cave / game room. Of course, on the big TV here, we are mainly been playing Batman Arkham Knight. I've really enjoyed this game. A few of the systems we have down there: PS3, PS4, Wii U, and of course the Wii or 360. These green controller chargers are awesome. I would definitely pick these up. The ones for the PS3. I love not having to deal with those cords to charge them anymore. Little TV for Resident Evil action. And I got this TV really cheap. That TV, that TV, all together, and they're in really good shape. I probably spent $3, honestly, going to the Goodwill and stuff like that and picking these things up. You can get them really cheap. Down low down here, of course, we have Ghostbusters. We were playing Ghostbusters yesterday and watching Ghostbusters, so if you haven't played the Ghostbusters on the PS3, I'd say pick it up. And then we've got our PS2, which we have Guitar Hero going. I still play Guitar Hero, so yeah, I'm a loser. Sega Dreamcast. And in here we got a NES controller for it. That one's hooked up to the small TV. And over here we got our Super Nintendo, which I believe it is hooked up to the Samsung over there. And Down here we have random controllers. This one right here is actually pretty cool. Acclaim made it. It's a wireless NES controller. It does work, but it uses a shit ton of batteries. Random controllers. And over here we got our GameCube purple. This is my original GameCube whenever it first came out. And then this one I picked up for $10 at a bargain bin place. And it's got the Game Boy player on it. The only problem is I'm missing the Game Boy player disc. So if anybody has one and they want to sell it cheap, let me know. Over here we get into the movie collections. Up top here, just unfortunately I have not put any of my movies in alphabetical order, which I'm actually thinking about. If I ever have some time off, I'm going to just do them in genre, which I've kind of almost done a little bit, but it's not done very well. I know where they're at. So huge Doctor Who fan, Star Trek fan, Star Wars obviously, sci-fi, more Star Trek. And can we see some more Star Trek? Oh, somebody might be a Star Trek weirdo. And Star Wars obviously. There's our Famicom, the 2600 Mini, which I don't ever use this one. I'll show you what I use later. I want the original wood grain one, but I haven't found one cheap enough yet, so we'll see. A lot of just action movies here. Rocky, Rambo, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan stuff down here, The Rock, wrestling, music, monster movies via sharks, snakes, alligators, bears. Oh my. I think I got another Dreamcast here. The Genesis 3, which I don't even know if this thing works. The sound chip in this is supposed to be like really shitty from what I heard, but I have it. It probably does work. I just don't have the proper cords for it, which you can't hardly see the connectors for it. The AV audio video deal looks kind of weird. Anyways, don't have a cord for it. Fast and the Furious, Jet Li stuff, Jackie Chan, just random movies down here. And up top here, we're gonna move kind of fast, don't get dizzy. All the horror movie stuff up here. This is mainly all zombie stuff. One of the main zombie movies I am missing that I want to get is the original Dawn of the Dead. I just haven't seen it cheap enough. All the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween movies, Texas Chainsaw, Hellraiser, Jeepers Creepers, just all the good stuff, all the good horror movies that help you sleep at night. Creature features, The Blob. This movie's actually, I still like this movie. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that likes it, but this is a movie they need to like do again. And they could do whatever they want, because really haven't been that many of them, but just make it. I think the CG effects would help out with The Blob a little more, but I mean, to me, that's still a good horror movie. It'd be a good movie for them to try to maybe redo. I mean, they had success with doing a movie that, you know, only had one. This is it, you know, a book and this, and it's actually was really good. I enjoyed it in the theater. Oh, this one's a classic here. Gargoyles. I hadn't seen this movie since the 80s, I don't think, and I finally got it in. I ordered it online. I actually found one kind of cheap, because they're kind of, some of those movies are a little expensive that you don't see very often. We got Godzilla, King Kong. Then on over here, we'll get into our superhero stuff, mainly Batman, Superman, animated movies, Batman, Superman. This one was kind of hard to get. It was a little more expensive than I wanted to pay, but to have it on DVD was Supergirl. Gotta have Supergirl in your collection. We got Arrow, Flash, the original Flash series, all the Fantastic Four, all the X-Men movies, huge Marvel Cinematic Universe, I've got all of them. And then just randoms down here. Constantine, Swamp Thing, all the old Spider-Man, old Hulk. All your like Hunger Games, Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all the stuff you need in your movie collection. Jurassic Park, Matrix, Men in Black, yes. And these down here are just really random. Avatar, that movie wasn't that good. I can't believe they're putting that much into that. Supposedly making God knows how many of those shitty movies. But we'll see. I'm not going to say anything else. And on this shelf here, a little bit of an NES collection. Go through them all here. Oh, Superman's in the way. What are you doing there, guy? Get out of the way. Nothing just crazy. Just pretty much the norm that most people have. Probably the only out of norm one that some people might not have would be like maybe Darkman. Can't think of anything else. I got the Terminator original on the NES. That game is garbage. Commando, Predator. I love this game. I remember renting it from the freaking whatever store whenever I was a kid. Freaking thought that game was awesome, especially when you went into the level where you're like giant and you're running across the screen as Arnold Schwarzenegger and you aren't pink anymore. Yeah, pretty awesome. Those are the NES collections. The only games I've really been playing here lately is like Nightmare on Elm Street and Double Dragon. I'm still trying to beat Nightmare on Elm Street. If anybody else out there is beating it, let me know. I've gotten close, and these are my few box games: Deja Vu, Bill and Ted, Empire, Star Fox. Gremlins 2, which was actually a good game. They got good ratings back in the day. Intellivision. Sega Genesis games. Glad to have trusty Spider-Man in the collection. Altered Beast, awesome game. X-Men 1 and 2. Mortal Kombat. Aladdin. You gotta have Aladdin on the Sega if you got Genesis. Some random Sega CD, which I don't have. I haven't had the money to put in to try to buy one. My small Sega Saturn games, which they all suck. Except for this one right here. I think Alien Trilogy. And we got more Genesis games. This Genesis Batman game fucking sucks. Don't buy it. Then we got our 5200 collection. Which, if anybody knows any cheap way to get your 5200 running, all I need is a freaking power adapter. Which they had that funky setup with the 5200 of the one I have. So, got a box Solaris. I don't think it's ever even been opened. It looks brand new still. Whoops. And then the other only 2600 box game I have is Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Most complicated fucking Atari game ever. Then we got our Sega Master System collection, Shinobi, Double Dragon, Phantasy Star. Everything you need. Hang On, Safari Hunt, Star Wars, which is exactly like the Star Wars I have on the NES. Superman, which this one is better than the Superman on the NES that I have because it fucking sucks. Ghostbusters, Alien Syndrome. What else? You can see what we got here. Rambo. More Sega Genesis stuff. You gotta have Barney. He's the best game ever. Just kidding. Kids love it though. Our son loves playing it. More Star Trek stuff. Ghostbusters. This is like just a row of my favorite movies from being a kid. They're all just the VHS ones. Yep. Except for that Dragon Ball Z. I don't know how he got there. That's a first season DVD. And then down here we got more DVDs. This is just comedies. And we got... Oh, that's Batman. Get out of the way, Batman. You're not supposed to be there. Just more comedies. Comedy. And the OC. Yes, I watched the OC. The Twilight box set Blu-ray. Yes, I have that. It's kind of like the comedy, romantic comedy section a little bit. Some of them, not all of them. And over here we go. We got more. Just mainly like Masters of the Universe, Transformers, Zelda, Dragon, Mario, Turtles, cartoon and movie. All the Kevin Smith movies there. More comedies. And just random. Married with Children. You gotta have the complete series of Married with Children. And more Bruce Campbell stuff. Which the only thing I have movie-wise of his so far is Briscoe County Jr., Boba Hotep, My Name is Bruce, Screaming Brain, Alien Apocalypse, of course Evil Dead 1, 2, Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. If there's anything that anybody knows about that's not there, let me know so I can add it to my Bruce Campbell stuff. It's a little dark down there. Just more random stuff. VHS collection. Yeah, it goes Rocky. That Godfather box set. I don't even think it's been pulled out of the plastic still. I think I saw that for 99 cents somewhere. I think it was at Goodwill. You can pick up some cool movies at Goodwill on VHS. 29 cents. That's where I got a majority of these, actually. Because I used to have a ton of VHS tapes. I don't know what happened to them. Got all the James Bond VHS stuff. And we go on up here. This was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I don't know why. Back to the Beach. Love that movie. I used to watch that TV show they used to have. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, somebody remind me. And we just got a bunch of business up here. Disney stuff, Warner Brothers, big clamshell stuff. Over here, I don't know if I did this one here. Oh, there's our Nintendo 64. He's off in the corner. He doesn't get hooked up. We don't play much on him. Another Dreamcast down there next to the PS2. Then we got our original Xbox here. And look at the dust on that sucker. Yeah, I need to dust it. Then we got our Sega Saturn here. Finally busted this sucker out yesterday, and me and Bryce started trying to play it. Man, it was tough. Some of those games, that Black Hawk Down or whatever it was, I can't remember the name of it. It's a helicopter game, and the graphics on it are just, they did not stand the test of time, and the controls, maybe I just didn't get enough time. I don't know. Anyways, moving on, we got our PS1, which I've just mainly been playing my Final Fantasy stuff on. Of course, on this TV over here. We got our Sega Master System. We got a Genesis over here too. And then, like I said, this is my 7800. This is what I play all my Atari stuff on. And our Wii U controller. Then over here we got more random stuff like our 5200 that we can't get to work because we don't have the power stuff. And we might need more controllers for it. I don't know. The sucker's pretty clean though. It's all intact. Can't get this sucker open. The back shield for your controller supposedly is back there still. And this is one of the 4-port controller ones, which who needs 4-port controllers for an Atari? Then we got our Smallville set, Batman, more just random movies, Terminator, Alien, Predator stuff, and random. And down here, more just random stuff. Gotta have all your Clint Eastwood stuff. Rush Hour, Tomb Raider. A lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies down there. Getting a little dark down here. The lighting's not good. Oh, and your Underworld stuff. I have all the Underworld movies. Wasn't real impressed with that last one. Down here we got all the Game Informers. The only thing I can think of that I really want to show if I can get in here. Camera's going crazy. Is all my Nintendo Power stuff. Which ones were they? Maybe they're in here. Oh, there it is. The first Nintendo Power. Pretty cool. I think I got the second one too in there somewhere. But anyways, on over here, we got more game stuff. Then we got our kitty section here. Kitty section, which is kitty section of movies I still watch. PlayStation 4 games. Oh, let's see here. This remastered, whatever. Just played it and beat it. Excellent game. This game right here. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Resident Evil 7, loved it. And this Revelations 2, really good. Ending kind of fucked me up. I didn't know what was going on. I don't know, maybe I drank too much into playing. I don't know, got lost in it. Twisted Metal. Gotta have Twisted Metal in your collection. Transformers. Mirror's Edge, really good. Haven't played the second one, didn't hear anything good about it. More PS3. God of War, Far Cry, Castlevania, all the good stuff. Uncharted, love all the Uncharted games. Grand Theft Auto 5. Some Wii games here. And more Wii U. And Wii Mix, more PS3. You always gotta leave room for more games just in case. GameCube stuff, Spider-Man, Star Wars, Metroid, Luigi's Mansion, gotta have that. More GameCube. PS2. SNES Advantage controller. Sega games not in their case. I don't show them much love because I don't like Sega games that are not in a case. GameCube, all the Resident Evil 1's over there in the system. Love all those games. Down here, got some Famicom games. One of them, Transformers. This game is brutal hard. Then we got Final Fantasy. The original versions, the original run of how it's supposed to be, 1, 2, and 3 on Nintendo. Then we got 4, 5, and 6 on the Super NES. And then just some random ones that are in Japanese that I can't even read. My very small, pathetic DS collection. Super NES. Just a lot of weird stuff. You can't see that one. I don't know who that one is. Oh, gotta have Super Street Fighter. Boom. Then one of my other favorite games, The Simpsons. Love that game. Other than that, can't see that one there. Oh, Return of the Jedi. I've got all these. The Super Star Wars, Super Empire, and Return of the Jedi. All awesome games. Super Metroid. Gotta have that. Super Mario World. Oh yeah. And up top up here, the only Dreamcast games I have is Blue Stinger, excellent condition. Code Veronica, they look like brand new. And then PS1, Dino Crisis, Biohazard, Japanese version. Biohazard is Resident Evil. Got all the Silent Hill games. Resident Evil Original, then Director's Cut, which really wasn't that great. Didn't give us anything really extra. Gotta have all your Twisted Metals. Twisted Metal 3, Twisted Metal 2. Twisted Metal 3 sucks. All the Final Fantasy stuff on the PS1, you gotta have. Final Fantasy 7. You get Chrono Trigger. You can get these like cheap, man, cheap. If you want to play Chrono Trigger, don't spend the money. Legacy of Kain, gotta have that one. X-Files. More Final Fantasy. And then over here we got our Atari games. These are the main ones I play. Pitfall, Yars. Don't want to play Yars that much. Donkey Kong, Jungle Hunt. This is a good game actually. It's fun. I like playing that. Asteroids and Galaga. Those are the main ones I play. Superman, Ghostbusters. Miss Pac-Man, which is in the system. Superman, this game sucks. Ghostbusters. This game's actually on par with what they did on the NES. How sad is that? And that's pretty much it on the Atari stuff. One of the best Atari games ever in my book. Defender. You gotta have this in your collection. And we got just random more Atari. My 64 collection isn't all that great. Not the huge 64 fan. The only ones I really play is Zelda, Mario, and that's about it. And we got my only Xbox stuff: Gears of War, Fable, Halo, Alan Wake's really good game, and then just the regular Xbox stuff. Up. And then over here we got a trash can. Then our comic book box of stuff I keep down here for just in case I need to read. And you gotta have one of these if you have a basement and you have comic books down here. Dehumidifier. Then back here we got the lazy chair and the old school TV with our Nintendo and our Sega VCR with Masters of the Universe ready to watch. You can use the zapper on this TV. But anyways, that's it for this video. It went a lot longer than I thought it would. Just give me a shout out, like, share. This is Fur Alpha. Y'all have a good week.